Hello friends, welcome back, and if you're new to our channel, thank you for stopping by. Today I have a beautiful 4-row knitting pattern to share with you, for which I have taken stitches in the multiple of 6 plus 5, so 6 into 3 is 18 plus 5, 23 stitches, and I have worked 2 rows of knit. After that I have worked an additional row because the pattern is going to start from the wrong side. Actually this is the foundation row which has to be worked only once. So starting off, the edge stitch is slipped off, yarn backwards, a knit, yarn forward, a purl, yarn backwards, 2 number of knit, yarn forward, a purl, yarn backwards, a knit. Now that's the edge stitch. After that, if you count, we have worked 6 stitches, and this particular row is to be worked only once. Let's repeat. A knit, yarn forward, a purl, yarn backwards, 2 number of knit, yarn forward, a purl, yarn backwards, a knit. Now let's work the final set. A knit, yarn forward, a purl, yarn backwards, 2 number of knit, yarn forward, a purl, yarn backwards, a knit. Finally 4 stitches left. One is going to be knit, the other is going to be purl, again a knit, yarn forward, the edge stitch is going to be a purl. So the foundation row comes to an end, and this is to be worked only once on the wrong side. Now let us move on to the first row of the pattern. The edge stitch is slipped off, yarn forward, it's a beautiful pattern, a purl, yarn backwards. Now please watch carefully. That's the stitch, and from below the stitch, from the tiny holder, let me zoom in, that's the stitch. From that hole we are going to pass our needle and work a knit, yarn forward, 2 number of purl. Once done, yarn backwards, and from behind the stitch we are going to pull up a loop, do a yarn over, that's the second, and finally complete the stitch. So out of 1 stitch we get back 3 stitches. Yarn forward, a purl. So that's the sequence that we are going to follow. Let's repeat. A purl, yarn backwards, a knit, but from 1 step below we are going to work a knit. Now yarn forward, 2 number of purl, yarn backwards. Now from behind the stitch we are going to pull up a loop, do a yarn over, work a knit, finally a purl to complete the pattern. So the second set is done. Let's work the third set. A purl, yarn backwards, a knit from 1 step below, and that is going to be the same all throughout, yarn forward, 2 number of purl, yarn backwards. From behind the stitch we are going to pull up a loop, do a yarn over, work a knit, yarn forward, a purl. After that we have 4 stitches left. One is going to be purl. Now another stitch we are going to work from 1 step below. Yes, that's the purl, and this one we are going to work 1 step below. It's going to be a knit, but from 1 step below, don't make that mistake. Yarn forward, a purl, yarn backwards, a knit. So our first set of pattern is done. For this pattern we have to take stitches in a multiple of 6 plus 5. Now let us move on to the second row of the pattern. The second row of the pattern, the edge stitch is slipped off, yarn backwards. Now the V stitches are going to be a knit, and the curly stitches are going to be purl. That is all we are going to follow. See, that's the V stitch, so we are going to work knit, yarn forward, that's the bundle of 3, which is the curly stitch, and it is going to be the purl. It is the stitch which has been made out of 1 stitch. After that a V stitch, so knit. Now the curly stitch is going to be a purl. That's the V stitch, so 2 number of knit, yarn forward, again the bundle of 3, so it is going to be 3 number of pearl. Yarn backwards, 2 number of knit. Yarn forward, a pearl. Yarn backwards, that's 2 number of knit as it's a V stitch. Yarn forward, the bundle of 3, it's going to be pearl because it's the curly stitches. Actually, we must learn to identify the stitch as well. So that's 2 number of knit. Yarn forward, the curly stitch, a pearl. Yarn backwards, the V stitch is going to be a knit. Yarn forward, finally the edge stitch is going to be a pearl. So the second row comes to an end. This is a 4-row pattern. Stitches have to be taken in the multiple of 6 plus 5, and for this sample I have taken 16 to 3 is 18 plus 5, 23 stitches. Moving on to the third row, the edge stitch is slipped off. Yarn forward, a pearl. Yarn backwards, as I told you, this is going to be constant. A knit from one step below. Yarn forward, a pearl. Yarn backwards. Now see, we have a pearl and a knit, so we are going to work the 2 stitches together from the front side of the work. That's done. Now a knit, and now the 2 stitches are there, they are to be worked together from the back side of the work. That's done. Yarn forward, let's repeat, a pearl. Yarn backwards, so that's our first set, that's the edge stitch. After that we have worked 6 stitches, and I've just worked my pearl for the second set, and one step below we are going to work a knit. After that a pearl. Yarn backwards. Now a pearl and a knit is there, those are to be worked together from the front side. After that a knit. Now again 2 stitches are to be worked together from the back side of the work. Second set is done. Now let's repeat the third set. Yarn forward, a pearl. Yarn backwards, let's work a knit from one step below. That's done. Yarn forward, a pearl. Yarn backwards, let's work the 2 stitches together from the front side of the work. After that a knit. Now the 2 stitches together again from the back side of the work. That's done. Yarn forward, a pearl. We have 4 stitches left, so that's a pearl. Now this is going to be a knit from one step below. After that a pearl. Yarn backwards, edge stitch is going to be a knit. So the third row also comes to an end. So this is a 4-row pattern. Let us move on to the final row of the pattern. The edge stitch is slipped off. After that the V stitches are going to be knit, and the curly stitches are going to be pearl. So that's the curly stitch, so it's going to be pearl. Yarn backwards, that's the V stitch, it's going to be a knit. Yarn forward, the curly stitch, it's going to be a pearl. The V stitch is going to be knit. That is all we are going to remember. We are just going to see if the stitch is a V, it's going to be a knit. If it's a curly stitch, it's going to be a pearl. Actually, if you see the stitches, you will understand that is going to be 3 number of pearl because those are the curly stitches. Now that's the V stitch, so it's a knit. Yarn forward, the curly stitch, a pearl. Yarn backwards, that's the V stitch, a knit. The edge stitch is going to be a pearl. So the 4th row comes to an end. So after completing 4 rows, this is how a pattern looks. Doesn't it look cute? It looks like tiny hearts. So thank you, my dear friends, for staying till the end. If you all have liked the video, if you all have found it useful, do give a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family members. If you are new to our channel, do consider subscribing and stay tuned for interesting videos. So till we meet again, it's bye for today. Bye bye.